Welcome back to Vox Terra. Welcome back. Making the long-term survival of the species the political priority. Great citations. And yes, we use puppets with funny voices just to spice things up a bit. What's on for today? The media, only in passing, explains how global warming fuels extreme weather like hurricanes. So average people like us need to explain it. And here's how. Great. Well, just what is a hurricane? I get it mixed up with typhoons and cyclones and Rusty. First, according to Hurricanes and Climate Change, Everything You Need to Know, published by the Natural Resource Defense Council, a hurricane is an intense, low-pressure weather system of organized, swirling clouds and thunderstorms that gain energy from warm tropical waters. These systems are identical to typhoons or cyclones, with the name depending on where they occur. Oh, great. That picture the National Resource Defense Council has up of that little boy watching the hurricane sure is troubling. It sure is, Rusty. Oh, folks are saying, there's always hurricanes, and I don't really hear the news talking much about hurricanes and global warming. I mean, how's it work? Rusty, according to the Union of Concerned Scientists, and here we have one of their infographics titled Hurricanes in a Warming World, they offer three main ways in this image. Warmer air holds more moisture for rainfall. So the hotter air retains moisture? Yes. So according to, back to the National Resource Defense Council article and citing NASA, the burning of fossil fuels and other human activities has caused an estimated 1 degree Celsius or 1.8 Fahrenheit of global warming since pre-industrial times, most warming over the past 25 years, with a drastic spike in the past 5 years. Hotter air holds more moisture, pulls more moisture from the soil and water bodies. Since the air now can hold more moisture, what does it do, Rusty? When it rains, it pours or even becomes like a drought. Great. So keep that in mind when you talk to people. The hotter climate we have now, that air retains more moisture. We get heavier rainfalls or less rain depending. Well, what about the oceans getting hotter? Does that affect it? Yes, great, Rusty, of course. The second image here shows warmer oceans can increase hurricane power. We also looked at the National Resource Defense Council, as well as other sources. Warmer ocean temperatures. Over the past 50 years, the Earth's oceans have absorbed more than 90% of the heat, of the extra heat. This we are quoting from the National Resource Defense Council's article. Have trapped more than 90% of the extra heat generated by man-made global warming, becoming warmer as a result. You can also look at NASA to see how the oceans have warmed. Since warm sea surface temperatures fuel hurricanes, quoting from the National Resource Defense Council, a greater temperature increase means more energy, and that allows these storms to pack a bigger punch. It does seem like they're packing bigger punches than they used to. Well, if the Earth's temperature is up then, and the ice is melting, then wouldn't the oceans be getting higher already? They are, Rusty, and that's also shown at the NASA website. The ocean's levels have already been increasing. So the third image shown here on the Union of Concerned Scientists graphic is rising seas increase storm surge. Storm surge, rising seas? What does that mean? Since the seas are now somewhat higher, that increases the threat of storm surge, or when powerful winds drive a wall of ocean water onto the land for coastal areas and low-lying nations. For example, Hurricane Katrina's 28-foot storm surge overwhelmed the levees around New Orleans in 2005. So the higher seas are making bigger storm surges, and the hotter air is retaining more moisture, and that's causing heavier rainfalls with the hurricanes, and the hotter oceans are fueling stronger hurricanes. Perfect, Rusty. I think you're ready to talk about it to people. Oh, is there more? Yes, Rusty, longer lasting storms. How does that work? The poles have heated up more relative to the rest of our planet. Oh, I remember that. We mentioned that on some of the other shows. So the circulatory pull of hot to cold, south to north, is getting weaker and erratic. The jet stream and possibly the Gulf streams. So the storms can linger and linger. Sluggish storms can be disastrous, like the stalling of Hurricane Harvey over Texas in 2017. Oh, I remember that. And it's because of all this fossil fuel burning causing this? Yes, Rusty, the excessive burning of fossil fuels is the main cause of climate change. We've linked that to NASA, we've linked that to the National Climate Assessment, we have linked that to the National Natural Resource Defense Council, and it's just common sense. You cannot burn billions of tons of fossil fuels every year, add them to the atmosphere, and expect they will not change the atmosphere. Well, I think I got it. I think I can talk better about hurricanes and climate change now than before, since the media isn't doing much of it. And that way we can help make it a political priority that it should be. And until next time, please comment, like, subscribe, click the notification button, and peace be with you. Peace be with you.